How to work through multiple choice questions for the online literacy test. Of the multiple choice questions on the literacy test, at least 30 of them will be related to a text that you need to read and understand. When students are unsuccessful on the test, very often they miss by one multiple choice question. Do not treat these multiple choice questions as a scavenger hunt. It is next to impossible to get the correct answers if you don't read the passage first and understand it well. The multiple choice questions are designed to be challenging and even a little tricky. In order to be successful on the test, you will need to read actively. Active reading means hearing the reading voice in your head, predicting, taking time to understand, and cueing your brain for active reading. Active reading means reading with your brain and not just with your eyes. Sometimes though, when we are reading, especially when we're reading from a screen, we skim across the words and don't use our brains. For the literacy test, you must use your brain to read. Develop a cue for yourself right now that will be a signal to your brain to engage in active reading. Maybe it means putting your hands alongside your face to act like blinders. Or maybe you need to trace your finger just off the computer screen. Or maybe you need to sit forward on your chair. Now turn to a friend and tell him or her which active reading cues you will use during the literacy test. As you read, use the reading voice in your brain. It's the inside voice that helps us process reading. Once you hear that voice turn off, you know you're no longer reading actively. You'll likely need to go back and reread. While you're reading, use the available tools in the online test, for example, the highlighter. A very helpful strategy for answering multiple choice questions is to cover up the potential answers of a question until you've found the correct answer on your own. A great way to do this with the online test is to use the masking tool, which can be found at the top of the page. You can move the box in to cover up the potential answers. A quicker way to do this is to just use your hand to cover the answers on the screen. Once you've read the question, gone back to the text to find out what the question is about, and formulated an answer in your head, you can uncover the question answers and select the best one. Never rely on your memory for the correct answer. These questions are designed for you to go back to the text. Another great multiple choice strategy is to use the strikeout tool to eliminate answers which you're certain are not the correct answer. The strikeout tool can also be found at the top of your test. Remember to read the answers very carefully, looking for missing letters or missing punctuation. Also, you need to remember to use the active reading voice in your head when you're reading the questions, not just when you're reading the text. Also, don't leave any questions blank. There is absolutely no penalty for a wrong answer.